Hello Internet and welcome to another One Take Wonder. This is Olivierr and today I'm going to talk to you. Talk is boring. I'm going to explain how to do a doodle grid. A doodle grid is this kind of new thing that everybody seems to be doing and I caught on as well, and it's pretty useful. I'm going to talk about updates and all of that at the end of the video, so I'm going to jump straight into this. So as far as the grids, you can use the traditional one, which is the one I've been using for a long time. If you want it, there's one on my website where you can download it. At the moment, you got to pay $5 or something. Maybe it'll be free. I don't know. Anyway, if you want one, you can get one there. What you do is you do some squares, like some lines. I use a chalk line because it works pretty well. And then all you have to do, let me find an example. Downloads, there you go. So this is my new print. One sec. Okay, so this is the traditional grid where you basically do squares and then you cut them. So you do all those squares and all you have to do is do 2B in there, 3C in there, and so on. So whatever you see here, you do the same there. So this is only 5, but you can get the. I've done a grid like this, which took me forever. But if you need to get a grid, a good one, it's got 20 squares, so you can do your grid. This is really cool. It's probably slightly harder and maybe not as accurate, but it kind of works. I like it. The doodle grid is better, but there's some drawback to it. So the point is the same, is to get, so this is not for graph, obviously, this is for getting a picture or your artwork, whatever it is, onto your wall. And you can do it with your graph, but most of the time you're gonna do it freehand, right? So you do a grid here, and then you do a grid there, and then you connect the two. So how you do a doodle grid, doodle as in doodle, you just do doodle. So you would go, you know, like this, like that, and you go PlayStation. You do whatever. Personally, when I do a doodle grid, I'm looking for like what to do next. I'm like, maybe it takes too long. So what I do is I'm normally listening to some music, so I just whatever lyrics the person is singing, that's what I write. So it'd be like, I don't know, whatever. Hello, I'm. By the way, okay, cool thing. You don't want to do this, because this is harder when you do the grid. So don't use an astro, use a thin cap, and you want to do thin lines like this. So this is not ideal. I've realized, I've only started doing a doodle grid, I've only done it 3 times. So I'm still, you know, getting grips to it. So it's better to do something like, I'm painting, for example. So if you can, you want to do this. You can even use a marker pen, but most of the time, let's face it, your wall is going to have fresh paint on it, so you can't use a pen. Painting. Okay, so you can do that stuff, so then you can see what you're doing. I'll get to the bits in a minute. This is, in order for this video not to be too long, I've got to speak a bit fast, so pause or whatever if you need to. Okay, so you do something like this. You write whatever on your wall. And then what you do is you take a picture of your wall, which I'm going to do now. Let's go pictures. So I'm going to take a picture of this. And the reason for doing this is because this wall is bare, there's nothing to it. If I was to paint on something like, if I was to paint on something like this with loads of shapes and everything, I wouldn't really need to do a doodle grid. So let's go back here. Alright. Okay, so now we're going to take a picture. So like that. And then we're going to take. So personally, I use Snapseed, but I think most artists use something else. I can't remember what they say the name is, but obviously any app that will allow you to do a double exposure. Where is Snapseed? Snapseed. Okay, so you open Snapseed, and then you're gonna put your that picture, and then you go to Tools, Double Exposure, and then you click that thing. If you use the other thing, obviously, I don't know, whatever. Let's go with the one I just uploaded to Instagram. Feel free to follow me on Instagram if you want. Okay, anyway, so now that I've got the picture, I can sort of make it big, small, whatever, and position it where I want to. It's not, let's even go down a bit. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So now let's choose a better picture. Oh, let's use the one I just painted. No, oh, come on, man. 1 second. Let's use another picture. All right, let's use my print. And the side is, can you give me a break? Okay, so once you're happy with where this is going, obviously you'd want a lot more of this, a lot more doodles. And what I do as well is I would sometimes grab a different color and then add things, you know, to fill in the gaps. Do a line here, do a circle with 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, whatever, you know, all that kind of stuff. So then you got loads of things going on so you can check. And once I've got this, what I do is, because the thing is, depending on the light areas and the dark areas, you will need a different type of grid. So it's very important to get different pictures. So what I do is, once I got my picture wherever I want to position it, wherever, there, let's focus on the lips, to be honest. So let's put the lips, hopefully you can see on the camera. So let's do the lips here. So what I do normally is I go on this icon. This is the transparent. And then, so what I do is I go really light. I do a screenshot. Then I go a bit darker. Do a screenshot. Go a bit darker. Do a screenshot. Go a bit darker. Do a screenshot. And then from this, so now I can go to my screenshots. And then, so when I'm painting, depending on which part of the lips, in this case, I'm doing, if it's a dark area or light area, I can swap through the different screenshots and then see what I'm doing. So you see, like, this works on the dark area, but on the light, not so much. So I can choose another one where it's darker or lighter, and then I can see what I'm doing. So now that I've got this, all I have to do is match up whatever cuts those lines on here. Exactly the same way you would do with a grid. But to be honest, I think a grid is quite a lot harder. Now, to explain why I'm not 100% about this or the other grid is the other grid takes quite a lot of time and it's a little bit harder to get perfectly accurate. This, you'll get more accurate, a lot more accurate, I must say. But the problem is, once you've painted all of this, you're left with some really dark colors onto your wall. But if you don't, you can't see what you're doing. So you have to use a contrasting color. And then after, as a trademark, my background is white. So when you gotta do, I mean, light gray is the best, it covers everything. But when you got white and you're trying to cover this, it takes so much paint. So I'm left with so much paint to do everywhere, and it's a bit long. So I think what I'm sort of this is live. I haven't done it yet, but I think that's the direction I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a grid, like a traditional grid, and then wherever, so say it's a woman like this, wherever I got the hands, so I'll do a normal grid, and then wherever I got the hands, the face, and like maybe the feet, anything that requires a lot of detail, then I'll do a doodle grid in those areas. So like, you know, you'd have you'll have a grid like this, and then I'll do a doodle grid here where the face is, for example, a doodle grid here where you got the hand. And I think this will allow me to not have too much paint everywhere, because those lines as well, I use a chalk line, you can barely see them. I think that's probably the direction I'm gonna go, but I'll just see. Okay, so now what you have to do, I'm gonna use a different color. Okay, so now what I want to do is look roughly where I've got the lines cutting certain things. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, and this is such a wide angle, and I've got to be here because otherwise you can't hear me. Okay, you see you see the E and L of hello. That lip is about, it cuts it roughly about the middle of this. So you're kind of working the same as you would with a grid. If you don't know how to use a grid, dig in my videos. I've got 1 or 2 videos how to use a grid. So looking here, I'm gonna go, you see that's a good example. That's a bit too bright. So I'm gonna go with a different one, maybe that one. So when you do different screenshots, it will help you. All right, so I'm roughly about here. And then I go roughly about here, in between the bottom of the triangle and the top of the E. So I do a line there, and then I sort of clip this just about. Then I go here, and then I'm on the crease of the D right there. I stop about here. So I must say this is a lot more accurate than the traditional grid. But mixing the two, I think this is the best way to be quick, accurate, and less drama when you're trying to cover all you've done. Then we're here. That's about there. That's the O. Goes to there. I mean, when you're doing this, don't try and make sense of it. Just do what it says. Because if you try and make sense of it, you're gone. I know because I tried. Just stick to what you see. There. And then here. The bottom there. Oh, more. There. I normally paint from my pictures, not from my paintings. And then here. Okay, here I can't see what I'm doing, so I'll choose a different one. Let's say that one. It's very important to do different screenshots of like different intensity of your image, because otherwise if you only do one, depending when you're in a mid, light or dark area, you won't see what you're doing, and when you're out in the sun you're like you gotta put in long. Alright, this is about there. There. Okay, so alright, this is pretty close actually, good. Alright, so this is how you use the Doodle grid to get your lines transferred. And I look at this and that's pretty accurate. So with a normal grid, it would be a little bit harder because you have to guess a lot. You have to go from, I'm guessing it's about 2/3 of the box to half the box. You're guessing a lot and it's quite a bit harder. With the Doodle grid, you just join, you know, between the middle of the O to the tip of the H to half of the E to blah blah blah, you know, so it's kind of like, it's quite a bit better, but then you're left with this massive doodle thing everywhere. So as I always say, experiment with one with the other, you know, try my technique, try other people's technique, try the traditional grid, try the Doodle grid, and let me know how you get on, and I hope this works for you. Okay, that's enough for the video. For those that wanted to know about this, thank you, see you later. However, itchy. But this is a one-take wonder, so I'm not editing the video. Okay, a bit of an update. So I know I said I was going to do this video and upload it last Monday. It is today, whatever day, and it's not up. I kind of did what I don't want to do, which is take the fun away from stuff. The thing is, the reason for me wanting to do a video every Monday and every Thursday was the algorithm of YouTube kind of like, it sees that you're doing a video all the time, so like at that whatever, on that day at that time, so it kind of helps. But what I realized is actually what makes a video popular and makes even sense for me to carry on doing videos is as soon as a video is up, I realize why people always say, oh, please like, subscribe, click the bell, all that rubbish. The thing is, once you get a video out, if they see that that people interact with it, they like the video, they put a little comment, whatever, the algorithms of YouTube are saying, oh, this video is interesting, let's feature it on people's channel, account, whatever. So then they show my video. But if that doesn't happen, I'm left with 50, 100 views, whatever. And then I'm like, I'm so busy and I'm taking so much time just to do this for free. I'm kind of like, right, this has to stop. It's adding pressure and it's not helping me in any way. I'm helping people, which is cool, but it's not helping me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna have a schedule. I'm gonna do a video, and also I thought some of my videos could be a bit better, but now I'm like I'm rushing. I'm gonna do a video whenever I feel like doing a video, when it's interesting, I've got a subject and I wanna edit properly. I'm about to go to France, Greece, I got places, I've got interesting jobs coming up and all that. I wanna film those, but I don't wanna feel like, oh, it's Monday, I've gotta have a video. If I've got nothing for a month, there's nothing for a month. If I've got 3 videos in a week, then that's what it'll be. So, no more schedule. Videos are gonna come when they're gonna come, and this way I can make them better. All I'm asking from you, please, is when a video comes up, I'm not gonna keep asking. I'm just gonna say it once. Maybe I'll say it a few times, I don't know. When a video comes up, if you can please like it and leave a comment, whatever the comment. I know it's a pain, but this way I kind of get a little bit of money from the revenue, because I've got a Patreon account, which nobody's checking out. And it's kind of, I'm helping people. Please help me, so then I can carry on doing these videos. Otherwise, I'll do what I did before, I'll just stop, because then it's just taking my time and there's no point. So, thank you everybody for watching. Yeah, plenty of videos coming, but I just want to make them better and I want to have more time to make them. So no more schedule, they'll come whenever they'll come. So if you subscribe, you'll know when they're coming up. And also if you follow me on Instagram, I will put, whenever I put a video up, I'll do a story or something so you don't miss a video. Thank you guys and girls for watching. I hope this helps and I hope you do loads of wonderful paintings. Show me. See you somewhere. Bye.